we've all made mistakes before, right? Things that we've done that we regret, bad choices. Now, my mistakes may be different than yours, but we all have that in common. We've all made mistakes. I once destroyed a really good friendship one time over a mistake that I made. And I tell that story actually in full detail in chapter 8 of my new book, Ahead of the Class. You can get yours on Amazon.com. Just type in my name, Jared Uden. But the key is not letting those mistakes and those bad choices that you once made in your past to control how you live your life. Now, I'm talking about this because we all have dreams and goals, right? And things that we really want to become and do in life. But when we don't deal with our mistakes properly, those mistakes have a way of controlling our lives and eating away at our self-esteem. It's like you try and go after that goal or that dream or that one thing that you really, really want to do. And it's like that voice comes up to remind you of that one mistake that you made, that one time that you failed, to try and convince you that you don't deserve to have a better life. Or you can't go to college because remember, you dropped out of high school at 16 when you got pregnant. Something like that to try and remind you that maybe dreams and goals are for those who haven't made mistakes, while real life is for the rest of us. And that's not true. But you know what? We all have that little voice in common. And what I want to offer you is, just because you made a mistake or a bad choice in life, it doesn't mean that you are a mistake, that mistake has to be the end of your story. Now, yes, you should do your personal best to go back and make amends for the mistakes that you've made, but the challenge is to not let it control how you live the rest of your life. A mistake is not a sentence on your life. Okay, so you made a mistake. All right, a couple things you have to do to make sure that that mistake doesn't run your life. So the first thing is you have to own it. Number one, own it. Admit to yourself, like, you know what? I made a mistake. I had a hand in the bad choice that I made, and I commit to moving on. So number one, own it. Number two, go back and make up for it. There may be someone that you have to apologize to. For example, the friendship that I destroyed one time years ago, we didn't talk for a year after I made that bad choice. And I literally had to pick up the phone and call that friend and say, you know what? I apologize for the mistake that I made. And I had to apologize for it. I had to break the ice and make amends for it. And so you might have to do that. That's number two, make up for it. And number three, let it go. Absolutely let it go and just move on. You have to take on the attitude that says, you know what? I made a mistake. So what? And move forward. See, the thing is, when you make mistakes, even if you make up for them, sometimes that little voice does come back up and try to remind us that, hey, remember, you still made that mistake, so you still don't deserve to have a good life. But you have to say, you know what, so what? And actually go and do the thing that you really want to do. Maybe it's a goal. Maybe it's competing in a competition. Maybe it's applying for promotion, going to college, doing something better with your life. And if that little voice comes up and tries to stop you from going after your goals, then what you have to do is say, you know what, I'm going to go after that goal anyway. So what? I made a mistake. Three things sound really simple, but you know what? It's easy to understand, but hard to do sometimes. Work on that.